Hello guys, welcome back for more Chaos Head. Last time we did a bunch of stuff. We went to school, met a friend, we saw a delusion, which may or may not be a delusion, but yeah, it's still the same night, I guess. And if everything that happened last time was real, then tomorrow would be an interesting day, considering the media will definitely pick up on a murder. Brutal one at that. And also yeah, we heard Taku's thoughts of the demon girl, which knew his name, which was weird. And Taku kind of decided that he would just not trust anyone in the 3D world. So yeah, that's going to be even more awkward than before. So yeah. But then it cut to a woman singing, and that would be Fess, apparently, which to me is a really strange name. Also, the delusion triggers, the green and red things at the top of the corner when we were talking to Missumi-kun, they basically bring you to, well, it's basically like picking one of three paths along the main storyline. They don't actually take you anywhere else. They will still end up at the same point, but different stuff will happen. I went through it, but it's not really interesting enough to go through it 3 times, because that would take a lot of time as well, and it would just simply be weird. So yeah, I've decided to not do them. I'll just pick one whenever I encounter one. I'll just pick one. So yeah, it's either you pick the green one, which apparently is positive or perverted or something, or you pick red, which is paranoid, delusional stuff. Well, obviously the green one is delusional as well, but you know. Or you pick neither, and Taku kind of stays in reality. In which case, in my case, he saw "Whose eyes are those?" written on the board, which wasn't. Looks like there's no bad options at all. And as I said before, my bad option is probably the green one, so I probably won't do that because I really don't care for that stuff. So yeah, just updating you guys. So yeah, let's proceed. She does have a good voice, that's for sure. There wasn't a single spectator. If she sang in the streets, over 100 people would stop, wanting to hear more of her voice. But now Fess was deliberately, peacefully letting her existence melt away into the curtain of night. She was content to simply stand quietly here in this place. By doing so, she might become one with the darkness and be released, if only for a second, from the tainted air of the city called Shibuya. That was the feeling Fess had. Fess glanced up at the night sky. The clouds damn, those translations are kind of annoying to read at times, so sorry about that, guys. It's also, just as a side note, it's also quite funny and weird to hear yourself read all that stuff when I'm checking the footage. It's, yeah, I kind of just sit there and go, well, I pronounced that and that and that and that wrong. I should have done better. Well, at the time, I don't really notice that much, so it's, yeah, if you're thinking that, I do too, so yeah, it's kind of annoying that way, but Hey, what can you do? I'm not going to read all that stuff over again, because that would totally just spoil it. Would be no fun in that, so... Yeah. The clouds that had previously covered it in its entirety were clearing up, little by little, and a trace of moonlight shone through them. But the star's hesitant winking was erased by Shibuya's blazing city lights.
十字の杭は力となりやがて聖域へとたどり着く
Fess closed her mouth and slowly raised her hand towards the sky.
その目誰の目
Oi, that's Taku's line. Where the hell is this going? Roughly a day later, I was still immersed in Bazelad. Depriving myself of time to eat, I single-mindedly focused on erasing Nishiju Takumi and existing as Night Art. In ESO, I was a god. I swear I've read that about 5 or 6 times by now. There was no need to be frightened by demons. Everyone revered me. I always thought about how wonderful it would be if I could stay forever in such a comforting world. Oh god. What?
これは早速使わないと。装備。おお、キャラの見た目変わった。すげえ、これすげえ。見て見ろってグリム。あ、ナイトハルト自重しろ。うっせえ、死ねよ負け組。
He's just absolutely losing it, isn't he?
ちょっと街に戻って見せびらかしてこようかな。
I think he is. Having gotten my paws on an ultra rare item I'd searched for forever, I was in hyper mode. My depression had been completely blown away. What? Onitaba? Isn't that like open up or something? Someone is knocking on a container. Either it's Demon Girl and obviously he's going to die, or I'm guessing it's his sister? Because he had one. I'm telling you, an Angel Halo is a phantasmical item with a drop rate of 0.0001%. That's even worse than Ragnarok Online items. That's quite bad. Its only effect is to change your character's appearance, and it doesn't have any practical use. But on the flip side, since those around you could tell at a glance if you had one, you'd be the object of many envious stares.
やった。ナイトハルトがまた一歩神に近づいた。
Yeah, also Taku, you should probably open up. What a racket. Who the heck's been pounding at my door? So much for wallowing in the joy of snagging a rare item. Don't get in my way. Appropriate response there. That voice. It's not the demon then. I became dejected the second I heard that familiar voice. No doubt about it. The voice's owner was the assassin sent out by my parents. My little sister Nanami. This was going to be a headache. Shit. A stormy period of time was about to start. I really didn't want to open it, but if I didn't, she'd run back to my parents and they'd tell me, "You should give up on living alone, after all. Come back home." This building's owner was, by and large, my dad, so he could put enough pressure on me to chase me out without so much as breaking a sweat. It doesn't get any more unreasonable than this. As if Nanami stands up, just knocking on the door for friggin' 20 minutes or something every single time. Shut up! Or I guess Taku would just go, shut up? Maybe? Shut up? Don't wail so loud. Oh, he's actually going to open. She was still violently banging on the door from outside. The walls of my container housing were made up from a single sheet of iron plating, so sounds echoed around the room to an amazing extent. She knew that and was doing it on purpose. Helpless, I released the inner padlock and opened the door.
やっと出てきた。生存確認。
This lolly-bodied runt is my little sister, 1 year younger, also goes to Sume.